IVM.
Helping us pay our bills this week is Setu IMAX. For more information, go to setu.in.
Sports are the most important thing in the world, especially if your shirt cannot be cleaned. But in the meantime, if it can, turn to the Fan Garage, also known as FG. Say it together quickly with me. Fug, 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 fug. Fan Garage. All that you want to know about sports, especially cricket and football. Is there another sport? New episodes out on the IVM podcast website, app, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Alright, please note that the language and ideas presented on the show might not be suitable for everyone. If you're under 18, make sure your mom isn't around. If you're over 80, why is your mom around?
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
Okay, it's Cock and Bull time here on Cyrus Says. Special Cock and Bull edition, but only Cock and Bull and nothing else. And May is back. We answer the question the whole world is asking. Is Kim Jong-un 5'1" and is May back?
Why follow your auntie's advice when you can follow Cyrus Says on Facebook and Twitter to stay updated about the latest shows?
Alright, here on Cyrus Says, I'm going to begin with what is called rant. And rant is important because what hurts you as a people? The way women are treated, as Rahul Gandhi told me once in India. The way animals are treated, as many people observe. The way the infrastructure never really gets it right. And a simple 8-year-old will tell you, what they're doing wrong in terms of bridge building and things like that. Or the metros, if you're in my part of the world. And above all, phone calls during the IPL. What the hell is that? Why do you have to take your phone? Why does it have to have a loud ring when the match is going on? Especially when you're in somebody else's house. I implore you, I beg you, I plead with you, and then I spit on you and I tell you, don't take the phone in the middle of a game, of any sporting encounter where other people are involved. If you've got loud phones, go to the kitchen and do what you have to do, but do not do it while the match is going on. You kill the moment. Would you like it when you're in bed with a lovely woman and I play my phone ringtone right in the middle of, what's going on with you and that unfortunate lady? Then what? Cyrus says.
Think about it. What do your eyes really need? And try not to say Netflix. Your eyes require protection and maintenance, but all those TV shows may be good for the soul, but the digital screens affect your eyes and age them faster. Setu IMAX is a modern health supplement, which ensures your eyes stay protected as you enjoy all that screen time for longer without any strain. Setu IMAX is powered by natural carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin. Check out www.setu.in to buy IMAX, and you can get up to 50% off if you use the promo code SETU50. Also, head to the Instagram page where we have a contest running for you. Share a screenshot of what you're watching on your phone right now, whether it's your Instagram feed or your favorite YouTube channel or anything else, and upload it to your stories using IMAX as a hashtag. That's IYEMAX. Also, make sure you tag Setu India and we'll give you a chance to win a TV binging kit from us. Protect your eyes, or rather, screen-proof them.
Alright, you can see they're laughing because obviously I have not said anything. That's the reason why. But May, you're back, and it hurts me to say, but a lot of people have demanded you back. We were lots of on the emails and messages and social media is flooded with the demand for May back. Yep. It's almost like bring the British back, which some parts of India are saying, but yours is not political.
Is it because I'm a lady? They just want the ladies back, that's why.
It could be, but I want to ask you one thing as I try to figure out where the accent is from. Perhaps a little bit Kerala, perhaps
it is international school in the Middle East.
South Africa, Middle East. Where the hell were you?
Where was I?
As Sonia ji asked Rahul the other day. Where the hell were you?
What, in my formative years because of the accent?
What the hell?
Because,
this is not one of those metaphorical existential questions. We don't have time for that. Please tell us very quickly, succinctly, in about 2 or 3 minutes.
Just say succinctly again.
Succinctly. Very quickly.
Seductively and succinctly both
Baba,
on the same
na. Other than Google. Main kaha thi. Come on, go.
I wish Google had that.
Come on. What do they do, by the way?
So
you'll get an answer after April before June.
Yay!
And pause for joke of the month.
Come on.
Sorry.
And the pain continues. The IPL pain of my lovely teams RR and RCB and now me. May, where were you?
I can't. I have to leave it a mystery.
Please. Last heard you were going to the Northeast to start an event company.
Yeah, but that...
Are you now the governor of one of the states?
Of Mizoram.
What the hell are you doing?
The election happens, I lost.
Governors don't get elected, but why get into that?
No.
Why be a show-off
I thought you said government.
Arey Baba, will you tell me where you are?
No.
Okay, then let's move on. Amit Doshi, it's in your hands.
Listen. Okay. So the Supreme Court has issued a verdict on live-in relationships that you are okay with doing that.
I thought it was the high. Okay, fair.
Well, it was Supreme Court. It was Supreme Court in
So
reaction
there are two,
to
three
a
things.
high
You're
court.
talking about the fact that now the legality is such that money issues, all that can, if you divorce, if you break up, it's the same as a marriage.
That was part of
from
the
a middle perspective and from a negative point of view.
So that was part of the law written, and that was the basis on which the Supreme Court said, "Hey guys, stop this shit." Get
your act together.
The story over here is about a person who was a guy who was married to a woman. The guy was 20 years old. The woman was 19 or 20 years old.
21. I think isn't she older?
No, she was. They were both under 21, but she was over 18. The thing is that in India there is a rule that a man cannot get married before the age of 21. So
but
because
a girl over 18.
The girl over 18.
Yeah.
So these guys
it's not sexism. It's just the way it is.
It's silliness. But if you're a legal adult, you should be able to get married. You should not be restricted.
What is a legal adult?
18.
I think 14 should be illegal.
Well, that is a different kettle of fish. But at this point,
I threw a stone at a 14-year-old boy who threw a stone at a dog. Is that right or wrong? Because I just treated him like an adult because he threw a stone for no reason.
I guess.
I should have thrown 2 stones. No?
Yeah.
I know what y'all are thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, move on.
So basically, these two got married. The girl's family took her back, saying that you can't get married, it's not allowed, this, that. And the Supreme Court basically said something to the effect that not just can you not stop them from living together because they're both adults. So even if you consider the marriage to be void, you cannot stop her. You cannot give her custody back to her parents. They are adults. They can live wherever they want to.
I say no one can tell her what to do.
Yeah.
Basically, I've been saying this, ladies. No one can tell you what to do. But you have to cross 18. You have to cross 18. And men, you have to wait till you're 21, yaar, because you're immature. You take a long time to mature.
But I'm so glad that this whole that live-in relationships are.
Are you in a live-in relationship, May?
No.
Are you with someone at the moment, significant other?
I have a significant other. But
how old is the gentleman? Sean?
He's actually...
Sean, right?
Yeah, about a month younger than me.
Sean, his name is Sean. Sean,
yeah.
Sean. He's a month younger than you.
Yeah.
So you're wasting my time with some bad comedy here.
No.
Are you 18?
I am.
Are you over 18?
I'm over 18. I'm not 18. I was 18.
Is he over 21?
He's very much over 21.
Oh, he's an old boy.
Yeah.
One of those guys you found with a few breaths left.
on the streets.
A decision made by your NGO. Help this guy to find a mate. No one else will. And he's got a weekend. Okay.
But I mean, like that's all.
Who are we kidding? Come on, now let's get on with it. Because, India is supposedly emerging tiger. The first thing is empower people. Of course. Right. What is this whole thing about parents and institutions taking over your lives? It's a very subcontinental and not subcontinental. It's there all over the world. I hate it.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
like it?
No, not at all. I mean, my parents should not be making decisions for me once I turn 18.
Absolutely not. Or the village.
Yeah.
Or the panchayat.
Nobody should be making decisions for me. I should be able to make my own decisions.
And a thing like love and marriage, for God's sake, why should 86 people be consulted? It's not like merging companies.
Well,
sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is.
I like the way how we think we're poets when we hit the right note and we all laugh in that wise laugh way. Like, you get that? I love that.
Well, I mean, like we had, there is the Piramal Ambani merger that's
which we weren't
right
invited to. I don't know why. I thought I would make that list.
But
I like, I'm
Sonam
I love
Kapoor and
the
somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She got engaged, right?
Yeah.
Married, I think. The wedding.
No, married.
The wedding was
married?
I think
yesterday.
Marriage,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Is it married? I was invited, of course. Of course, I was invited.
Of
course.
Couldn't make it. Of course.
No, I think this is a really great idea. Like, but I live in relationships and like, I just have a further to this question would be that in some places that if you live in for a certain number of years, then it's
you smell of that place.
Marriage.
So that's already part of the law. That's what
right?
That's what they used. So basically, this is the first time the Supreme Court.
5 years.
Is it 5 years?
5 years, right? 5 years together means that each, let's call them spouses now, or each partner has the right on the other partner.
There's something called common law marriage.
I have friends who've done the common law.
It's a US thing. I'm assuming
it is fair because in a sense you now cohabited for 5 years, lived your lives together.
Yeah.
Hence, if there's a breakup, then X is responsible for Y and Y is responsible for X, which the court will decide, depending on who's the lead money earner, blah, 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 adultery, whatever the reasons are. That's the court to decide. But the point is they take you seriously. As against before, it doesn't exist in the minds of Indian law, Indian society. It doesn't exist. But you and this girl have been together for, let's say, 20 years, but you didn't get married. It's a stronger base than people who married for 3 years and divorced.
So if I had a roommate that I was in a relationship with for 5 years, we're married?
Male or female?
Female.
Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. If it was a girl, then would that be considered a marriage?
Once the law is open to, I think it's a great point. It's a great
I don't think it is because there is, when you're talking about common law marriage or whatever you are, there is a sense of intimacy that is part of the equation, right?
He's right.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm actually circumventing that by saying that I'm in a same-sex relationship with someone, not a roommate.
If you say it, then yeah, fine. Then you should get
common law for 5 years.
Then we have to wait for the law to be repealed. The Victorian law, which was built when Victoria was 1 year of age, which says that same-sex marriage or same-sex sexuality is amiss and wrong and monstrous and all that. So first they have to change that. They haven't changed that yet.
That's not the law.
What is the law?
It's against carnal intercourse.
Against carnal intercourse. So, you know what that means?
You can't have oral and anal sex as a same-sex couple.
You can't have oral and anal sex
as a same-sex couple.
Is it
same-sex couple? As a same-sex couple.
Sex is not specified.
But you can have other sex.
No, it's for everybody.
It's for everybody, yeah.
But any other sexual practice you can do, but you can't have oral and anal. So you can like lick your ear, for example. But not the rear, the ear. I just want to be open and specific about this. I don't want trouble later. I want people writing and saying, I'm not clear. What can I do? What can't I do? Look, India is a different country. We have shades. It's all about shades. We don't have black and white, right?
Yes.
So we ought to be read between the lines and follow. Look at my good friend Naveen. He won't break the law here. He loves his country.
Shades of grey.
Right, Naveen? He's left for Kuwait. What the hell's going on? He's already on a plane. You think that's a better deal? Oh, sorry.
The only place you'd never go to.
Yeah. Give a list of no-nos. Yeah.
All right. Let's look at this one. The BJP CM Yediyurappa.
Well, he's not the CM. He's the guy who may become CM if the BJP and their alliance partners beat the Lingayat issue and anti-Hindi and get Siddaramaiah out of the chair. At the moment, Rahul Gandhi, with his impending so-called fake marriage, is doing a pretty good job. Because the trend is at the moment favouring Congress, but not by much.
Okay. So he made a comment.
This is the point of recording. I don't know, but download this. Government, maybe JDU and Deva Gowda might be the king of the world. So I don't know.
Well, this will go out tomorrow. This will go out day after tomorrow. So hopefully by then
we will actually know the truth.
Okay. So he made a comment saying that you should tie up people's hands and legs and bring them to vote if they are not voting.
I think it's more like a metaphor. Well, I don't think he actually means doing that.
Well, of course not, but
that's not how.
That's now the debate about whether you should vote or not in democracy, and whether that the right to not cast a vote for anybody should be allowed or not.
Well, no, I mean, like, how much of voting is a privilege? How much of voting is
a duty?
Duty.
Yeah.
Those are the questions.
Yeah.
That come
I think
this
I think in India
like,
we should all vote.
Yeah.
This is my personal
belief. This whole thing of like
Sorry.
Not voting for any of the parties. Like, why would you give up
but
that,
for me, there's a paradox here because it's a democracy. The right to not vote should also exist. Sorry. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not really democratic. It's fascist.
No, that's fine.
But we should vote.
I'm not saying that it shouldn't exist. My point is that I think that's pretty pointless if you want to be able to decide who's going to be in government.
But what I don't want to ever hear is the slogan Yediyurappa, who's your papa? I think that's not fine. We've been doing that on TV since they were in power about 8-9 years ago, so I think it has to end now. Really. Stop that, guys. Show respect. They may be statesmen, they may be great men or bad men, whatever, show some respect. My big worry here for Bangalore and Karnataka in general is what happens to RCB. If they're out of the IPL, you've got the elections going on, can the players go and vote? Then again, none of them are actually Kannadigas. So who votes? The 2 Kannadigas you threw out, and they're in Punjab. So what's going on? Think about what you do as an IPL team before you do it. Because the repercussions in politics are huge. The ramifications socially are huge. Think about it. That's all I'm saying. To the team owners out there, before you drop the local guys, have 1 local player. 2.5 local players.
Who's
there? Virat Kohli, born in Delhi. You name the people. Everybody Villiers, born in freaking South Africa.
But wasn't there supposed to be a rule that you have to
Yuzvendra Chahal, he's a chess champion from Haryana. Haryana and Karnataka, 2 different states.
You're saying names of cricket players. I'm assuming that
I literally want Amit to start talking about the NBA right now. Right now.
There's chauvinism again.
1-3 down. The Cleveland Cavaliers swept the Toronto Raptors for the
I think we should merge the NBA and the IPL.
Yes.
And that's why we get 1 local player in Houston Rockets or something, Finally, he's a Kannadiga, but born and bred in Houston. Something
I saw an amazing post on the NBA this morning. Basically was all of the Chinese nicknames for
1 minute. Where are we going with this?
What?
It was
What do you mean?
1 minute. Is this going to be racist?
No, it's not, because China...
I want a disclaimer that me and Mia are not involved in what you're about to say.
Okay.
Amit, go.
So China's a big NBA market. There are a lot of really big Chinese
Yao
fans. Yao Ming. But there are a lot of really big Chinese NBA fans. And so a post this morning where this guy basically was talking about all of the the nicknames that they've given different players.
The NBA players.
NBA players.
Come on,
the
get to it,
Chinese have given these nicknames.
Yes, me, I'm listening.
Yes.
Okay, no, I'm clarifying.
Okay, yeah. I am procrastinating because I'm trying to open the
No,
link.
that's fine. That's fine.
Another wise laugh from all of us. We'll see. Disclaimer, that's wise laugh is against stupid laugh.
But,
So is it one of those like the dragon that sweeps the fly or something like that?
Dragon that sweeps the fly?
No,
How do you know what they call me in China? That's amazing.
I want to know what our Chinese nicknames would be.
Apparently mine is Londo. What? That's my name in Mandarin.
Is Londo?
Yeah, Mandarin man. What's your problem, man?
Okay, so
That's not even a Chinese
Keep
accent.
quiet.
Did you
Nobody
Jamaican?
knows.
You did a Jamaican
Please understand the
accent.
people listening to this podcast, they're on something. Just leave it.
So, yeah.
So Steph Curry, who is well known for his 3-point shooting and stuff like
Yeah.
that, his nickname is the Sky.
What?
No, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Hold on.
Excellent.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? He is right now one of the best NBA players for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
His nickname is Letters Bro because too many letters.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
This is coming from the Chinese.
This is coming from like Chinese
cultural,
forums.
Amazing.
Liu Qiu was one of the shorter ones.
Manu Ginobili is called the Demon Blade because he is like somebody who can cut through a lot of
But
different
that's
things.
not bad. That's like
So
a
the
nice
demon- the demon blade
Demon
is
Blade
pretty
sounds very,
awesome.
alpha male, normal without being dirty. Huh?
So Shaquille O'Neal has had two when he was
Two
playing.
nicknames,
Yeah, he's had
okay.
two. So in the early part of his career, when he was really, really good and like this, he was called Shark because Shayu, which is the Chinese word for shark, sounds like Shaquille.
Shaq. Yeah, okay.
So that's why it was Shayu. And
Yeah.
then when towards the end of the career, when he was really bad, he was called Ofat.
Which in English is clear, but what is it in Mandarin or Cantonese?
Kevin Durant is called School Bag Dew because he always wears
School bag dew.
Dew big for Durant and School Bag because he's always wearing a backpack.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley is the Flying Pig.
The flying pig?
Pig, yeah.
No, but that may be a compliment. The pig is in this culture is considered, good luck.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you one, just one last one because it's Michael Jordan, and we should know what Michael
Oh
Jordan
my
is.
God, absolutely.
Gang Boss.
Gang boss,
What?
gods,
Yes.
That is so cool.
Let me give you the two LeBron ones as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because again, we got to do LeBron.
You gotta
right?
do LeBron.
So LeBron is called. So he used to be when he was younger. He was used to call the Little Emperor. That was his nickname, a play on the English
Bernardo
Gales.
Bertolucci.
Yeah.
But now it's basically, now he's called King James, John Wang. And only people who don't like him call him the Little Emperor because now they're trying to make fun of him calling him the Little Emperor.
Oh, what about Larry Bird?
Patronizing him a little bit.
What was Larry Bird from the 80s?
Larry Bird is
I think
there.
Larry Bird would have been what we cook tonight. No, sorry.
Larry Bird was in here. I think he was something
I think
like...
Gang Boss is the best.
Oh, you know who's the
Demon
best
Blade,
one?
Gang
The
Boss.
best one is this player called Andre Miller. They call him Karen Mock, who is a Hong Kong pop singer because he looks kind of like her.
What?
A 6'9" NBA player looks
a little
like...
bit.
Oh, he does actually.
Slightly.
Please,
That's what's
guys,
really...
Google Karen Mock
Yeah,
as quickly as
and
possible.
we're all looking at this
Andre
photo and
Miller's
it's kind of strange.
doppelganger change genders, but what the hell? Life is strange.
Boogie Cousins is called younger female cousin because they directly translated his last name into Chinese but used the most effeminate way possible. He's got a whole thing. But
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
So
I don't know
we
how
have to
got
go to a
into
quick
this.
break here.
Because I asked
Okay,
for the
listen,
NBA.
listen, guys, we have to go
Because
to
we were
break.
in reaction to IPL.
Listen.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
that's
you
right.
very much.
Will you two monkeys pay attention? And I mean this with love. We need to quickly get
Monkey
your own
love?
nicknames as we go into break. So, May, what's your Chinese nickname? What will it translate to?
My Chinese
One who
nickname.
disappears and doesn't tell us where she is and what she's doing.
I know.
think that works for you.
Chinese whisper. I don't mind that.
That's nice. That's nice. Chinese whisper. It means the same
Gone
thing.
with the wind?
That sounds gaseous. I think maybe I'll take that one. Yeah. What about you, Amit? What about Ding Dong Bell?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, Ding Dong Bell is good. Ding Dong Bell! When we come back.
Every week comes a show where three people come together to tell you about stuff they like. A movie, a TV show, a book, and other stuff. Tune in every Monday on the IVM Podcast app to IVM Likes. Batman approves this message. Thank you, Batman.
All right, back here. May just won't stop talking. I hate that cliche about women talk too much, but Let's move on. Back here on Cyrus Says, my show.
And Cyrus is telling me
Cyrus.
I know,
Cyrus.
yeah.
Cyrus. I just kept saying that nobody remembers me.
Cyrus is
Maybe
Cyrus.
dominatrix, but not in a good way. Okay, Chinese names aside, we move on to topic 2. You were saying something off air for a second.
35 years.
Yeah. So I'm actually thinking cock and bull in itself should be. I'm sure that's a Chinese name for something. Wouldn't it be?
Well,
The year
for a
of the
cock and a
the
bull.
year of
I
the
mean,
bull. They're both ears, right?
They're both.
of course,
Exactly.
Yeah.
huge animals there.
Yeah.
And if you have a huge bull,
Yeah.
it's a sign of prosperity. And
Okay.
if you have moving on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I found out, and being like an interesting tech person, because we have lots of tech conversations with Amit, I found out that it's been 35 years since the invention of the Microsoft mouse.
What are you saying? And did you know?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
35 years.
And
I
isn't it
want
24
to talk
years?
about everything, like the double click and the roller balls. Like, I'm super excited about the mouse.
One sec.
Do you prefer the trackpad over the mouse?
One
Or
sec.
do you prefer
You're forgetting a
mouse?
bigger thing here. It's
What?
24 years since Alice. I don't know where she's going or where she's gotta go. I guess she's got a reason.
I'm going
I guess
to
I
throw
gotta
that karaoke
know. And
mic
for
at you.
24 years I've been living right next to Alice. Alice! Who the is Alice? Me! You don't know Alice? Get out! Go back to, where's
I
it?
was
Muscat.
wondering whether...
You know what? My aunt, I shouldn't be saying this. My uncle Alex, right?
Was your aunt?
No, so my aunt, because
She
of the
just said
Malayu
my aunt.
accent, calls
She said
him
my aunt
Alice. Alice. Every time someone says Alice, I think of my uncle.
Your uncle's name was Alice?
No, Alex. But the Malayu accent, because
Oh, yeah,
Alice.
Alex. We had a boss called Alex. I know what
Oh,
he's
really?
saying. The phone call
So
will come.
35 years since the Microsoft mouse. It's crazy.
Amit, this is your moment.
This is
You
your
were
moment
7
to
or
thrive.
5 or 3 or whatever the hell
I've
you
thrown
were.
I was old. I was
When you saw that mouse, you were 9. You saw that mouse and you said,
I
this
wasn't even born.
Yeah.
No, so I'm thinking, like, if you look at the
So you were
mouse,
born-
the double click,
you were born into the mouse.
right click.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that. And then the mention of the roller ball. Naveen was telling me about how, like, people used to just take the ball out. And I'm like, why would you take the ball out?
to play cricket. It's India.
Oh yeah, marbles.
Gote,
Okay, yeah, that makes
gote.
sense. I can see that. I can see that.
Marble.
It's like that big, the throwing marbles that you used to have. It was that
Gote,
that
gote.
size. Yeah, gote. That's it. Gote.
But that's what it is.
That is what it
And
is.
then the infrared, right? Then you can, instead of
Yeah.
using, like...
Instead of the mouse.
Do you
use-
remember we also... mouse pads and, like, the exciting
Oh, we
different
still have mouse
kinds of-
pads, huh?
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
use it. I have
Excuse me.
like so.
I've gone and got myself 7 ESPN free mouse pads. They're all over my house.
So when I started my last company in 1999, one of the things we did is we made mouse pads as gifts for people. I'm still using them.
Really?
Because you didn't have any people. I got
Too
no
many mice.
friends.
No, I got like 5,000 of them done at that time, right? And we maybe gave out like 1,000 of them.
3.
So no, they're just lying around. So I mean, like I still use them.
So if you're listening to the podcast and
Trackpad
if you
versus mouse.
want a mouse pad as a gift, you can write into us.
Yeah,
You still
sure.
have some?
I have.
What
yeah,
are-
I probably got a
what's the
couple
design
hundred
on
of
it?
them.
What's the sort of
It
logo?
is a black mouse pad with the word webostore.com on it.
I'm okay with that. I can keep rebelstore.com. That's fine.
That's great. Okay, and trackpad versus mouse. Do you prefer a mouse or a trackpad?
Oh, it's not even close mouse.
Mouse for sure.
Not,
I'm an animal guy.
Yeah, that's not even a thing, right? I mean, like, there's just anybody who prefers a trackpad's a moron.
See, you're already born into a generation with all this happening.
That's
So
true.
for us, whatever you saw first, it's like
No, I prefer the
it
mouse.
lingers.
The trackpad's really hard. Like if I was drawing something, I
You
go,
have no
oh, I'm
space,
trying to.
Not for this generation.
No, but a
prefer the mouse.
trackpad is it's a limited space in which we have, right? A
Yeah.
mouse allows you to go as far as you want to.
I think it's more to do with the generation.
I don't
let's
think
go.
No,
so.
it isn't. I prefer the mouse.
Let's ask Naveen. He's young. He'll give us a different
Trackpad versus
Trackpad
mouse.
or
Who wins?
mouse.
Trackpad.
There you go.
Oh,
Really?
Telling you.
no.
So his
Moron
generation,
before you even judge me.
Yeah,
Naveen's
I agree.
generation,
I
Goenji's
do.
generation, they're all the same. They're
he's
not,
got a mouse. He's using a
but
mouse.
he's forced to use a mouse.
But I'm sure you
No,
would
but
prefer
all-
to use a mouse. If you have to do fine work,
No,
you prefer a mouse.
exactly.
Okay.
All
So it's one order at the moment from the
graphics,
youngsters?
Editing, all of that.
Yeah.
Like
So
mouse is
Someone
much
on
easier.
sound and Naveen on production,
why I
on
prefer-
producer.
So Naveen
So
sits
it's
and
one all.
no, it's different because Naveen actually sits and works with Word documents, and he works with documents
So
all day.
if typing is more,
But Word, and then it probably doesn't matter. You can kind of be agnostic. But if you have to do precision stuff, then at that point in time, you absolutely need a mouse. There's no question about it.
oh, and I also found out something super random.
Oh, God,
And
another
this
boring
is,
story.
but this related to dogs.
Please
This
tell
one.
us.
So the mouse is for you. I got one about dogs.
Oh, so sweet.
You know,
Mine is about somebody
that-
peeing on a wheel. Go on.
No. So there's been this drive to adopt canine military dogs that have retired from
I'd love
like the
to.
army, and so
I
they
want to drive by a giveaway relative and get a dog. I think a lot of people will be okay with that.
No, but this is amazing. Would you adopt?
You send
I'm
the relative
seriously asking you, would you adopt a military canine?
I will adopt all the dogs I could find if my damn wife and mother would let me.
So they're actually retired in like Meerut
They're lovely.
or something.
Yeah.
And they're really well trained. They're very specific diet. But I think after 8 to 9 years, they used to euthanize them and then now they retire them.
Oh.
So you can actually adopt.
I would
Military
love
canines.
to, but I have to get it to my wife and grandmother. Mother. Grandmother's gone. Sorry.
Why, you don't have space?
No, they won't let me keep a second dog.
Oh.
They always say that either I go or the dog goes. And I always say, will you go? But they don't go. The dog doesn't come. It's a really weird way of functioning, because when you ask a question and then you expect the right answer and then you just ignore the answer. Who does that? All right, Trump, Kim Jong-un. Yeah, there are lots of people.
Pretty much anybody.
I won't take names.
Yeah.
Let's end it there.
All right.
Let's talk about the men who win peace prizes.
Yeah.
Nobel Peace Prize. They're going to win it. Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un and Moon. Poor Mr. Moon caught in the middle whether he likes it or not. Say, I'm South Korea. I'll just be nice.
And it is so... I would love to have it
We
happen.
will live in a world where Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un will win the Nobel Peace Prize. And you will tell me, Mr. Brocha, we're not doing narcotics. And I'll say, no, we're not doing narcotics. And this is true.
I would find it very tough to believe that we're not doing narcotics if that happened. But you know what? It could actually happen because, again, these two guys are... there's a theory in game theory, right? There's a concept in game theory.
Take all the villains down together.
No, it's basically that... everybody knows game theory, right? Game theory is kind of like how you interact with each other, how you look at... How do you win against one another, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, how do you beat an interaction? The concepts behind this are pretty well known, right? And so they're internationally well known. So that's why it's very difficult to make progress in diplomacy generally. The exception to this, the way that you beat game theory is to put an irrational actor in here. And you got that now.
Well, more than one.
More than one,
Yeah.
exactly.
And some of them with nuclear buttons. Yeah. And again, more than one. May I specify more than the two above mentioned?
Both of these guys, with Kim Jong-un, we don't know, we don't have that degree of transparency. But with Donald Trump, we know that. His government is saying one thing one day, next day he's saying something else.
Absolutely.
And
you don't know what's going to happen next. It's unpredictable, irrational.
And John McCain has gone on record. John McCain is dying of brain cancer.
Yes.
He's gone on record to say that I don't want this guy at my funeral.
Yeah.
Now, this is a Republican, the iconic Republican of the last decade. And then he says to the president from the Republican Party, I don't want this guy at my funeral, which is perhaps the most insulting thing you can say as you die. What else can you say? I don't want this guy at my funeral is as bad as the thing you can say to someone.
It is. It really is. But
By the way, you guys are both welcome.
Oh, well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You
can come too. Yeah. Govind, I don't know, yaar. You don't hug me. Govind is his middle name. From now on, he's Govind.
Oh, really?
Never let go of your middle name. Shabir Aluwalia, who's half Catholic, half Sardar, the actor, his middle name is Sebastian. We found out while doing Khatron Ke Khiladi. Okay. We never call him Shabir again. Once we found out you're Sebastian, brother, you're Sebastian. Lovely guy, though. Yeah.
I love that.
It's a good combo. It's a lovely combo. Catholic Sardar. I love it.
That is handy.
I think mix up this country, it'll be a great country, Mix up. Marry somebody outside the Malayali, hold.
There's some strange combos.
Marry Naveen.
How?
Well, true.
Well, I'm already technically...
married to Sean?
To a Cartlake, so...
Oh, okay. Damn it.
It's not really that different.
Cool. All right.
May's gone, guys. May's gone.
Bye, guys. I'll see you
That
later.
wicket has fallen.
All right.
Strategic timeout and we'll be
This
back.
whole bring me back thing, I literally feel like I can just tell people I was like hiding in a cage in the corner.
How many years you're dating this guy, Sean? You can't remember.
2. But I've known him for 3.
Were you on morphine or something? Why this awkward moment?
Because I had to remember.
All right, there you go.
My memory is also over for birds.
What's so great about him? What do you like about him?
He's very papaya, very sweet.
Really? He's a generous man?
Yeah.
Scratches a lot?
No.
Oh, what a bore.
I don't think he scratches enough.
What is he going to do to kill time?
Exactly, that's my point. I scratch more than he does, technically.
Old Chinese saying, I'll say it in Mandarin now, which is basically, don't trust.
Don't trust anyone who...
Don't trust. Never trust anyone who speaks in Chinese without knowing the language.
Actually, we went to a restaurant, we got these fortune cookies, and my brother got the weirdest...
You're going to tell stories about your romance now?
No, I'm going to tell you about a fortune cookie. We're talking about the Chinese. And on the fortune cookie, the little, fortune that you get, my brother said, you are skating on thin ice. What will sort of be your advantage is speed.
Okay.
And then suddenly we went into a discussion of physics of okay, if you're skating on thin ice, then the faster you go, it's better, right? Because then there's less weight on the ice for it. Yeah, so then suddenly we started to talk about this.
So physics from the West over Chinese philosophy. So you're causing another little bit of political strife.
Science is very good in this country.
And trade issues between the US and China loom large and threaten the whole world.
So I had to actually think about this.
I was like,
you should go fast over thin ice.
Right.
So that you're not putting your weight on
it for longer time.
For longer periods of time.
The shorter your weight is on that thing, the
less likelihood of it.
But for you to go fast also means that the amount of pressure that you're putting on each individual step increases.
Listen, we have 8 people listening to this show.
So,
now listen to both of you.
So we were talking, so I had this huge discussion about friction and heat and
there are 6 people listening to our show right now. It's down to 5.
Okay.
No more discussions on friggin' physics and your eyes problems. Take that outside and offline, for God's sake.
Technically, if you actually
No, technically! Gujaratis and Malayalis not allowed on my show. What the hell is wrong with these people? Can't I have a normal conversation? They're discussing it. He's really getting into it. I want to explain to you the weight, the mass into force into or acceleration into. Who cares? These are people who are drinking alcohol and listening to the show. They want to hear nice things. The ice we mentioned is what we put in their glass. That's how we get
I'm a Malayali. I feel like I've been shortchanged here.
Whenever in trouble, you go play the communal card.
Of course, always. You do.
I don't know who I am
anymore.
And thanks to the present government, nobody does. Where are we, bro?
AMAs.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back with the AMAs with Amit and me.
Hi.
I'm reverbing it without reverb. Amit
Okay.
and me. Amit and me. Amit and me. Cheap production values always add to the aesthetics.
Shunyavan, 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 Shunyavan.
$1 billion acquisition. Another copycat startup got formed.
No, the tech world in India is surely moving double the speed of this voiceover.
Tune in to Shunya One every Tuesday to catch us talking to the smartest people we know on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
If you have any questions for Cyrus, write to us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or you can send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
You can tell we're getting a good reaction because
Cheap
Naveen is
production
yawning. Young Govind is sleeping.
All right. The first question we have is from Shantesh. I have been a big fan of radio since my childhood and used to listen to you on Radio Star, if I remember correctly. The show was called The King.
$2,500 a month. Oh, sorry.
The show was called The King and the Sai Show.
The King and Sai. King and the Sai, no? It's a takeoff on King and I.
Yeah, The King
which
and
only
the,
I obviously watch. So King and Sai.
The King and the Sai Show. I don't recall the name of the other co-host on that show. If you recollect, can you please tell me?
Oh, God.
Oh my God, you don't remember your co-host from The King and Sai?
Maybe it was Mohan Kapoor. I can't remember.
Was it a king?
93,
Mohan Kapoor,
97,
the actor.
25 years have passed. 25 years. Alice was found in 24 years. Alice. Who was Alice?
Was Alice
she
your
was
co-host?
found. I'm 25, across the 24 mark. Yeah, this is long ago. Let me tell you about that. This is when Akashwani gave us a little time each.
Yeah.
So 1993, August 15th, we had what is called FM.
Right.
You weren't born, you were barely born.
Yes.
What happened there, suddenly we went from AIR to 1 hour of Radio Star, which was the company I worked for, then 1 hour of midday, and then 2 hours of Times. Okay, which was slightly more professional and music and all this stuff. English music came out and all that. So we were doing our thing, but we had to go to Akashwani to do it. So let me tell you that experience because we were 6 to 7. Now at 6 in the morning, government employee not so happy to come. So I've announced yesterday that we'll see you again at 6 on the Polo Dial Show, which actually was a sponsor. We had more sponsors then than we have now. And we come there to Akashwani, me and my producer Jitin Hemdev, and we're standing outside. The gate is closed and locked. Nobody knows where the key is. Nobody knows where the peon is. And so we can't start. So finally, the peon comes at 6:08. He's very lackadaisical. We go on at 6:10. But I remember once 6:11 or 6:12 for a 6 o'clock show. And then you spend 6:12 to 6:30 saying sorry and apologizing. What do? You got only 1 hour. It was great fun. But I must say, in those days, we had to do everything ourselves. Everything was like manually done. There's no sense of computer or anything. So you're actually putting tapes in. You're trying to press play. You hit the wrong button. You rewind. The wrong song comes on. Man, there's something for that amateur feel. I got to tell you, I missed that because I think I belong there with a bunch of clumsy morons. It's too smooth now. All these guys are there, slick, they're hip, they got everything, they act is smooth. You're out of place because we're like these fat ducks who can hardly swim in the water. Everybody else is going sailing by. But back in AIR and Akashwani, I found my people. They won't come. They can't. One day we actually couldn't find the key. That was the whole story. So it was like, yes, Minister.
Wait, so you canceled the show?
No, we just went on at 6:21 or something.
Oh, wow.
But imagine you're sending the key and Ramu the peon, they always call Ramu. Ramu the peon is like, main kya karu? मैंने यहाँ पे रखा, मैंने वहाँ पे रखा. But there's no fear because their job is for life. So there's no fear. It's not like if you go to a private enterprise and say Amit is screwed up and Amit is in charge of us starting on time. Amit will be like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's no parishani. There's no the taklif is not there. All we have is on their faces. Ho jayega. That very Delhi feel, you know.
I love that.
What I call the Delhi philosophy, where they promise you but they don't care, so it doesn't matter.
I am so amazed because all my radio life it was always about time. You had to come on at exactly that time.
He's talking about the mouse generation. You have to understand this is generation which is hand. It's a hand generation. You're putting things in. You're writing on your storyboards like down on paper. X song, Y song, break. And everybody did everything collectively. So it was you know, if you lost one paper, you don't know what to do. What song goes on? Where's the disc? How to play it? Oh, it was
There used
fun.
to be times that I probably shouldn't be saying this. So, you know, under, when an RJ is talking, right, you have a bed, a bit of music that plays underneath. So sometimes it would happen that like some RJs, I will not name any, you walk out. I'm not telling. So you walk out, you go grab a cup of coffee because you got a couple of songs, and then suddenly you hear your bed playing in the background, and you run back to the studio because you're like, oh my god, my link is up.
Who's the RJ?
I'm telling you nothing.
Which thing?
Are you just going to name all of them?
Radio 3.
All right.
Radio 4. 401. 104.
104.1. Radio 1.
Radio 1.
Right.
Erika.
Never.
Shanaz Dinshaw.
Will you stop it? Should we talk about Chinese nicknames again?
Siddharth's brother, Rishikesh.
No.
I don't know everybody.
Next, AMA.
All right. So this guy has a second part to his question. I'll just answer that part as well. Also, why in India are local FM stations not streamed on the internet? It's better to listen to radio on internet than on FM receiver. I would agree with him. I think a lot of...
Why not? In fact, why haven't they done that?
A lot of them are available. If you go to the TuneIn app, you'll be able to
why
find
are you advertising them? Don't advertise them.
Well, no, you can go to the TuneIn app and listen to our shows too.
Advertise us.
Yes. So
they're not available, and that's the way it's going to stay because we run the country.
The major reason is cost. I mean, streaming becomes very expensive when you start getting a lot of concurrent listeners.
And to go cost to cost of India, it's not going to be easy.
Yes.
Stop.
Okay. All right.
Who's the RJ?
No, but it's also the quality, the sound quality of
I'm asking you one last time. Who your daddy?
It is streaming.
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Who's the RJ?
Who's my daddy? His name is George. Who's my dad?
Who's the RJ? Come on.
I'm not telling you. I'm telling you nothing.
Please, man.
No.
People want gossip. Gossip is everything.
Such a
read Sapiens.
really
Read
love
Sapiens.
gossip.
Read Sapiens. It's all about gossip. Gossip is what brought societies together. Without gossip, we'll have nothing.
Amit doesn't care about gossip. It's
Amit is a bitch, and with a big B. That man can gossip. That man can gossip. He's from my area is only about gossip. We don't play any sports.
Is that true?
We don't do anything. We have no hobbies.
Amit says nothing.
Hobbies is making money. Hobbies is making money in parking your car because these are the two issues you have in Malbail. Let's face it. For a policeman who's posted Malbail, they'll tell you, sir, ये सजा है. कुछ नहीं करने का इधर. क्या करो अभी? गणपति के दिन पे लड्डू मिलेगा और क्या? That's it. Nothing else happens. And domestic disputes. Wife is angry with the domestic, not with the husband.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question we have is from No Name. Are you looking forward to the 2018 season of Formula One? Which is your team?
Oh, oops. I'm not really a Formula One guy. I like Nelson Piquet, but he's gone. I won't say anything about Senna. I like Juan Fangio, but he's really old. But who's your team?
You just said a bunch of names I don't know.
Bro, I'm all about the history.
Man, for me,
you
was
don't talk.
like
You're
because I used to watch I used to. So I was a huge fan of like McLaren.
Okay.
And
Ferrari.
No, mainly McLaren. Who were those
McLaren
guys?
Honda.
Mika Hakkinen.
He's still around. I mean, he's not there, but he's there.
Michael Schumacher.
What about the most famous Indian name?
Karthik.
Which isn't Indian?
Karthik.
No. Niki Lauda.
I do not know that name.
You know Niki Lauda?
I do know Niki Lauda, but
What?
Don't listen to him.
Naveen's going to correct me. Naveen, I know how to say Niki. All right, I know how to say Niki. Don't you dare correct me. I'm going to say it again. Niki Lauda, my favorite. Anybody got a problem with that? Anybody?
I say nothing.
Come on, mate. You say. You don't like Niki?
Silence sounds so good.
You don't like Niki? Sorry, can't hear you. Okay, what?
I'm
Who's your favorite? All right, let's go.
All right.
So you're the Formula One guy. You haven't said a word.
I don't watch Formula One. I'm not a Formula One
No.
guy.
And like I said, I used to watch
I think it's the dumbest sport in the world. I'm sorry, but people not even running around. Driving around in circles is not interesting.
When Mayawati was
really,
king.
really fast though, Amit.
They're
really,
driving
really
around
fast.
in circles.
Guys, who's been to a Grand Prix? I have.
I have not.
I was in Noida when Mayawati was king many years ago. And I mean this hey, with respect. It's not about the gender. And Mayawati Ji, as we like to call her there in Noida, had the first Grand Prix, Indian Grand Prix.
Yes.
And I was there. We covered it, I think, on one channel or the other. And the noise, is the worst experience of your life if you're like me and don't like noise. It's a paradox, but it's true.
It's loud.
It is deafening. They give you stuff for your ears and all, but let me tell you, if you've been on a runway and a plane takes off, that is nothing. That's infantile, next to what you're going to experience. It is unbelievable. My heart started shaking. I was like, what the hell's going on? Never again. No mas. In the words of Roberto Duran versus Marvin Hagler, your favorite boxing fight of all time, a middleweight championship bout, which you'll refer to later when I finish talking. But no mas. No mas.
Yeah, cars are loud, man. I mean, like those
Bro,
race cars are...
Bro, it's not a joke.
Loud.
You got to experience this once in your life to see just how your ears take off.
So I've been... I've never been for a Formula One race, but I've been... not even been around, or rather been near a Indy car race. And those are loud. And Formula is much louder than that.
It reverberates and it stays with you. Your ears are numb. Yeah. And once it's over, it takes a long time for your brain to function. Of course, there's a whole generation that doesn't have a problem with noise. So, it's different. But for me, it was too much. I was raised on Mozart. I can't handle it.
All right. Next question from Nitin Jain. Why is Indian porn the worst in the world?
I don't think that's fair. Some of the acting is very bad, considering acting in porn worldwide is not great. Mm-hmm. Some of the acting is very bad. Don't script stuff. Also, some of it is just amateur crap. It's not fair because they've just gone and uploaded anything. Mm-hmm. Give us a chance. Give us a chance as a country to prove ourselves. This is the country that gave you the Kama Sutra.
Right.
We showed you positions you in the West have never heard of. And till today, Mrs. Eisenhower is having trouble putting her legs together. Because, God, you can't try some of them. So all I'm saying is, this is not fair at all. If the right people make it's not about the culture or the race. If the right people make it, porn can be both aesthetic, electrifying, and very titillating. Ask Naveen. He's never far away from porn, as he likes to say himself in his stand-up from Bhandup. Okay, he's going to slap me. I'm never 90 seconds away from porn.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like, you clearly...
I spoke too much.
Well, I mean, like, you got...
Back to Malabar Hill?
You got some knowledge in this space, man.
Oh, Amit Doshi. Yeah, right. Who's never watched.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying...
Should I check how much Pornhub is consumed on your bloody phone?
On my phone, you'll find none.
Really? Because you got big screens at home. You're not one of those guys in a joint family like me also hide in the room and make sure the door's locked and put the sound off so I don't even know how bad the acting is because I don't even hear, hello, I'm here for pizza. Because back in the 80s, they had this terrible way of acting out the porn where the dialogue was, after some time we guys used to watch it together. So it was more about the fun of the acting because it's really, really bad. I mean, I can't tell you how bad. So we literally ding dong and the pizza delivery guy and be like, hello, ma'am, I'm here for pizza. And she'll look at him and go, come in. And I'm like, really? Really? I've lost all interest in sex now. This is the worst piece of acting ever.
What is this thing about guys watching porn in groups? Because I remember when I was in college, I walked into a friend's room, like me and my buddy, and there were like 5 guys.
Heterosexual guys watching porn is, I don't know, just the way it is. But we also had a thing about someone would have an older brother. He would have access to porn. Parents are out of the house. He would have access to a TV.
So
these are all the practical issues.
In the world of the internet, it is kind of
exactly.
Weird.
We can't explain it now.
But in a pre-internet world, I mean, like, dude, you had very few options.
The guy...
When I was in college, the internet existed.
Listen, shut up.
Then
Stop making fun of us. For us, the guy with the TV and the video and the free house with the parents, blah, 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 he was like God. He was the greatest man. He was like, forget the freedom fighters. Let's talk about this guy. Yeah. He's huge. Gaurav, what are you doing? Gaurav would be like, guys, mom and dad have gone for the weekend. Yes, Gaurav! We're all there. Before you know it, it's a porn fest. Of course, the tapes would get stuck and sometimes it would be blurred. Sometimes it would not rewind. All that shit. Nothing has changed for me because I'm still stuck in that generation. You guys, all you do is download something, they watch the best porn in the world. I'm still watching. Hello. Are you here for pizza? Yes, I'm here for pizza. Come in. And the electric music, the elevator music in the background. Ding, 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 ding.
I don't even think it qualifies as electric music.
Yesterday's porn music is today's hit Hindi film music. Okay, guys, we're running out of time. Sorry, I have to cut you all off. But it's been scintillating talking to you. And May,
yes,
will you please come back from whatever you're doing to the United Nations? God bless. Jai Hind. Bharat Mata ki jai. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. If you have any questions, write to us online and you can mail us as well. We will answer. We have a doctor in the house called May.
And that's what Cyrus says.
Believe it or not, you stare at digital screens for 6 hours every single day. This makes your eyes age faster than the rest of your body. You're staring at screens as you're browsing through your Instagram or reading an ebook or even making a business proposal. What if your eyes could go to a natural spa and rejuvenate themselves? Made with the best ingredients sourced from nature, Setu IMAX is a modern health supplement that protects and rejuvenates your eyes from all that strain from digital screens. Setu IMAX is enriched with carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin, making it the perfect nutritional filter for the digital age. Check out www.setu.in to buy IMAX, and you can get up to 50% off if you use the promo code SETU50. Also, head to the Instagram page where we have a contest running for you. Share a screenshot of what you're watching on your phone right now, whether it's your Instagram feed or your favorite YouTube channel or anything else, and upload it to your stories using IMAX as a hashtag. That's IYEMAX. Also, make sure you tag Setu India, and we'll give you a chance to win a TV binging kit from us. Protect your eyes, or rather, screen-proof them.
He bends down to test the warm water for his bath. He comes here to quench his thirst for a hot shower and some podcasts. You can witness how he enjoys having other people talk about cool stuff in his bathroom. Indeed, it helps him with his loneliness. You can find more of his species on ivmpodcast.com, your one-stop destination where you can check out the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.